2K Sports pregame show.
And coming up for you shortly, it is the Los Angeles Lakers in action against the Raptors in Toronto. For Toronto, they'll look to attack, but with efficiency. They want to push the action, but they also want to make the most out of their possessions. They feel that's the key to being competitive on a consistent basis. And we'll see LeBron James playing in this one. He's made no secret he wants to be the first billionaire athlete.
First?
With his off-court investments and partnerships, he seems poised to do it, Diesel.
Yeah, to become
billionaire. Billionaire with a B.
That said, he's just not in it for himself. He's always finding ways to be number two.
Number two?
Of course.
Who's number one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I get it. He also wants to own an NBA franchise, and that's not chump change.
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets, Michael Jordan. But it's amazing what he's been able to do, honestly, though, both on and off the court.
We are ready now for the opening tip-off, and for that, we go to Kevin Harlan.
The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Well, the Toronto Raptors rolled the dice last season and gambled on acquiring Kawhi Leonard. They knew it could be just a one-year rental, with Leonard able to be a free agent in 2019. But Kevin, after winning the 2019 NBA title, anything else is gravy.
The first title in franchise history, DA, such a huge moment for the team, city, and the country of Canada. And now the Lakers starting group, Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's James in at the 3 spot. And for the Raptors, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the 3. And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision returned to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for him.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out. And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
Here is Lowry. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Pass to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Marc Gasol is battling. Even with the defender all over him, he kept his focus.
That one goes in.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Now here's Van Vliet. Guarded closely. Here's Lowry. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
Powell against LeBron. Outside Rondo. They get a hand on it. Kuzma, right side. Right side, Rondo. Again, Los Angeles.
And when Rondo is dropping in the mid-range shots, it really opens up the floor for everyone else.
Lowry passes to Powell. This one for 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
Now here is Davis, and he comes up with the deuce. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Never out of character. Anthony Davis never worried about who's guarding him. He just plays.
Siakam, and it's good for two. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Here's Rondo. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Kuzma, that's good.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term deal. If a guy is, I would say, under contract for 6, 7, 8 years, then you won't see as much movement. But if you have these guys who are making so much money off the court from their endorsements, they're going to keep signing shorter deals, so they'll have the leverage to be able to move.
Group in now for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Anunoby. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Here's McCaw. He's covered by Daniels. 6 to shoot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Knocked away. Cousins buries the long-range jumper.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Pass to McCaw. Here's Anunoby. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Anunoby kicks to Ibaka. Hands it from downtown.
Sound shot mechanics for Serge. He has confidence shooting it from out there.
Here's Cook. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Lakers shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the Raptors making a change here. Haynes checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Bradley's checked in. Toronto trailing. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Poked away. Anunoby kicks to Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Here's McCaw. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
McGee finds Caldwell Pope. Jacks up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Here's Payne. Ibaka down low, and the rejection by Cousins. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Just 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. No good that time. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Lakers on top, leading by just 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Taking his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pioneers of Canadian basketball, like Vince Carter.
Vince Carter really changed the game of basketball in Canada. He created something that is forever lasting, and I think the game of basketball in Canada owes him a lot because he really brought the buzz to the game of basketball in Canada.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
We've got Hollis Jefferson and Van Vliet out there with McCall. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Anunoby in at the power forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, DA. Great story, and thank you.
That's the pass you want, orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Toronto calls timeout. Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. With some changes. Marcus All's checked in for Ibaka. Pascal Siakam comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Powell in for Patrick McCall. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Rondo. In the corner, Powell with it. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Powell's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Rondo with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Rondo passes to Davis. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Green gets it to go.
Okay, responding to the three at the other end. Danny Green loves the gamesmanship.
Knocked loose. Powell against Green. There's Hollis Jefferson. Again, Toronto.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Here's Van Vliet following the basket by LeBron James. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
In for Toronto. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Green. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Oh, Kuzma's in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Lowry kicks to Powell. Passes to Gasol for 3, and again Toronto with the triple.
He's an asset in helping space the floor. He has tremendous touch from range.
Rondo finds James. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by James. Powell for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Powell's got 6 points.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The drive by James. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
The power of LeBron. Even if you tried to give the hard foul, he'll go right through you.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and McCaw is subbed in for Norman Powell. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Here is Cook. The pass to LeBron. Chalk up 2 there. 7 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Feeds it to Gasol, and stolen by Cousins. Pass to Cook. Ball's knocked loose. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
it out a bit. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Miller's checked in for Marc Gasol. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers.
Get out. He's free.
27 seconds left now here in the second. Here's McCall. He's covered by Daniels. Shots good by Miller.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Lakers trail by 3. McGee inside. Outside Bradley. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Raptors lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting. Not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit. Not able to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at James, what a contribution.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Lakers trailed by 3. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Lakers right now, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Here is Lowry following the 3 by the Lakers. Siakam looking around. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
Toronto shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First free throw is good. And we've seen his shooting improve. But Siakam also very dangerous off the bounce.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he's becoming a great ball handler. They trust him to press the attack and to get into the lane.
Siakam hits them both.
You know, we see every year 1 or 2 guys drafted toward the end of the first round contribute well for their team. But Pascal Siakam has gone well beyond that.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 7. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Van Vliet. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness grade, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
He throw good, Van Vliet. And fan heckling that crosses the line, Smitty. We saw the Utah Jazz ban someone for life. How can the NBA do a better job of protecting the players?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I think each organization, let's take our hat off to the Utah Jazz. They acted swiftly and quickly, and I love what they did. They banned the fan for life, and I think you got to get more of that. And also, I think, you know, as far as the NBA and also along with these teams, have some kind of pregame or, like you said, before the season starts, just to reinforcing and stating the rules.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for James. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Powell, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Powell's got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Gasol with the steal. They double him with Green. Lowry passes to Van Vliet. Back to Lowry. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And it's an 8-point Raptor lead.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Toronto calls timeout.
And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Changes for Toronto. Baca comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Kyle Lowry. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Siakam outside. And Davis sends it back.
What a play by Anthony Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nope, not on my watch.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Patrick McCaw comes in for Norman Powell. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Davis. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Avery Bradley in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now here's Rondo. Pass to McGee. 5 on the clock. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 6 assists in the game. They double him with Green. Ibaka outside. There's Hollis Jefferson. Good work there as it goes. Hollis Jefferson's got 8 points.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
McGee finds Bradley. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. McGee, the pass to Green. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And you know what, Smitty, one of the best shot blockers among wings, Danny Green.
You know, he's a chase down artist in transition. He does not give up on plays at all.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jared Dudley's checked in for JaVale McGee. Troy Daniels comes in for Avery Bradley. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw drops for Green.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Ibaka. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Hollis Jefferson passes to Anunoby. Ibaka outside. Poked loose and stolen by Cousins. Over in the corner, Green. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And some changes here for the Raptors. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. The Lakers also changing it up. Anthony Davis comes in for Jared Dudley. And James subbed in for Alex Caruso. 1:31 left to play in the third. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Davis for the lead. Good on the shot. Davis has got 8 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Lowry. Good on the bucket.
What a move by Lowry. He can create shots with his handles.
Los Angeles has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Davis down low. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, when we talk about AD as an athlete, a major component to that is his body control. Able to adjust off contact to finish the play. I love the continued development for Anthony Davis. The three-pointer, his ball handling. Last season, a career high in assists.
The Raptors making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Lakers.
The great thing about Anthony Davis, he's efficient. He shoots a great percentage from the field and from the line, and he doesn't turn it over.
Here's McCall. It's stolen by Green. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And he gets it to go. Raptors trailed by 4. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Anunoby. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Davis. Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. Floats it up for Cousins. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
James has a two-pointer. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now, here's Siakam. Anunoby in the corner. Drops in the tray. Anunoby's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Raptors.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
One of the league's best-kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
Let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
James with it. Now guarded by Siakam. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for OG Anunoby. Here's Lowry, following the basket by Anthony Davis. It counts, and the foul. That one on Davis.
He has slimmed down a lot from his rookie season. Marc Gasol still strong enough to power through contact. Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol, even played his high school basketball there. Now a new phase.
That one misses for Gasol. And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol, and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides. Regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, his jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Last season, the trade request for Anthony Davis became public, a $50,000 fine when his agent confirmed it. A tough situation for him and New Orleans.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Capable of making shots, Marc Gasol able to do everything you want at that center position.
It's tipped. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
I don't get it. He was so efficient in the first half, 0 turnovers, but since the break, he's been a disaster.
Here's Lowry. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. He gets that one. And a minute's restriction last season for Anthony Davis. There was talk, Smitty, of shutting him down completely.
The league said no, Kevin. The fans, you know, he's still a fan favorite in New Orleans, and they paid their money to see him in large part. Now a new team, hopefully it works out for everybody.
Toronto calls timeout. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Siakam kicks to Powell. There's the pass to Gasol. Siakam outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Siakam's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Lakers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Pass to Rondo. Back to James. Clock at 6. Knocks it loose. From deep three-point range. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. It's Powell on the wing. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Rondo against Lowry. And the Raptors can't hang on to the ball. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for the Lakers. And the Lakers have possession. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Powell with the steal. Now the Raptors moving it up. Gasol, that's a two-pointer. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And that's now 11 points for Marc Gasol.
Big possession. Good idea to get the ball into the hands of Marc Gasol.
Pass to Cousins. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Green draws the double. Takes the three. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
The veteran presence of Danny Green, keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
Loads it up there for Siakam. Passes it to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And Gasol gets it to go.
The calm attitude of Gasol, not letting the moment overwhelm him. Just taking his time and finishing off the bucket.
Now here's Rondo. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Kuzma left side. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Siakam.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Here's Lowry. And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 3. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lakers making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Lowry against Rondo. Count it, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one on Davis.
You'll always have to ride the hot hand. Tonight, it's been Gasol.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
So it's the Lakers now. Oh, Kuzma's in position. Yes!
And this is what Kuzma can do. When he's got it going, you've got to keep getting him the opportunity.
Bounce pass from Lowry. 14 feet away. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Not only ties it up with the hoop, but puts them in front now with the free throw. That could be the play of the game if they come out on top.
Now here's Rondo. Los Angeles calls timeout. The pass to Kuzma. Back to Rondo.
Good! Rondo showing once again that championship pedigree. Someone came to play.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 1. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Finds Powell. Rondo against Lowry. Now Powell. Over LeBron. Got it!
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Mark, how do you break down what went well for your team in winning this game tonight?
Just a good all-around night. We believe that in the fourth quarter, I think we did a good job of, staying in the game. We just believe. On to the next one.
Yeah, this is a veteran team, and you guys showed your experience down the stretch. Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.